Maybe you only have a spot like this. Look at this. If you're not allowed to leave your house at all. Okay. Le carpet boarding. Ooh, got him. My name's Kyro. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today, I'm gonna teach you how to learn to skate while in quarantine. So if you're like the rest of the planet right now, you are in quarantine. And according to some people that make decisions, it's gonna last for another month. I think, I don't know. I'm not totally sure, and I'm not the one that makes decisions. And I think some states are like, hey, let's just open up, and other states are not. I'm not gonna make a comment on that, but what I am gonna make a comment on is teaching you how to ride this while at your home. Okay, so the first thing you're going to have to do no matter what, and I think we're gonna have to go through many different variations of this, but the first thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to find a place to skateboard. I'm pretty lucky because I have my garage, I have some lights set up in here, I have this space cleared out. Not everybody's going to have that. If you do, it's easy, great, you have your garage. One thing I did want to point out about it though, is there might not be that much space. You might only have a very small amount of space. If you do, that's fine. You can learn how to skate completely stationary. Some tricks are gonna be easier rolling, but hey, learning them stationary and then getting them rolling is a-okay as well. So here's a couple other places that you could skate. Maybe you have these available, maybe not, and I'm gonna go through all of these, and I guarantee you there's gonna be some comments that don't have any of these situations available, in which case, man, I'm not sure what to do, but I'm gonna try and cover every possible scenario that I can think of where we can help you to learn how to skate during this time, because it is a very good thing to do. So after the garage situation, the next thing I'm gonna suggest is to go outside. So I'm gonna take you outside and see if we can find a spot to skate. All right, so maybe you don't have a garage, maybe you only have a spot like this. Look at this. It's just a very small piece where we have some bricks that are down there. But if you had a space like this, you could simply practice all the tricks, go through all of the steps. When I first was presented with this idea, Aaron, why don't you make this video? I was thinking people should honestly just do all of the tricks of skateboarding made simple while standing still. And then I thought about it a little more and I was like, okay, maybe there's some actual valid tips above and beyond just that I can give people. If you're not familiar with skateboarding made simple, I'll go over it a little bit later in this video in more detail about what it is. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can do an ollie. I think I literally already ruined my grip tape. If you're really picky about your grip tape like I am, leave it in the comments below. Not the bad. So bricks are one place. The other thing that I'm gonna suggest is if you can find, some people have different rules. If you're not allowed to leave your house at all and there's nowhere you can skateboard in your house because it's way too noisy, I got another option for you. We'll go over it next. But I think most people can at least go to the sidewalk in front, or maybe they have a spot like this in the back of their yard. I go over this in all of my old videos. I say, find a crack like that. Put your back wheels in the crack. There you go, just like that. And then you can practice from there. I think the main key to learning to skate while in quarantine is learning standing still. I'll give you some tips on that as well. Or some of you might have a linoleum floor like this. My wife is probably gonna yell. Let's see if we can get her yell on camera. I don't really recommend doing that in your home. You might wreck something, but if you only have a space like that, at the very least, what you could do is put some pillows down so when your board shoots out and it hits the wall, it does not wreck the wall. But please ask your parents, do not just go off and make your mom and dad really mad at you because, hey, you're in quarantine and those are good people and you need your mom and dad and we love your mom and dad. So to all the mom and dads out there, we love you. Leave it in the comments below. Okay, so here's the other idea that I had. Some people call this le carpet boarding. Others call it carpet skateboarding. So you find a place in your house that has some carpet, you get a board with no trucks on it, or you could just take the trucks off the board you're using, and then practice all of the motions. Wow, first try? Kind of a little bit toe drag, we better do it again. But the thing here is that you're just practicing the motions. Wow, I landed primo with no trucks. See if I can do an actual kickflip. Ooh, got him. Kind of. Gotta get more rotation on that guy. It's funny, with the carpet boarding, you don't have your trucks as leverage, so you don't have that much space. You gotta kind of flick down a little more than you would normally. I could probably make a whole like 20 tutorials on carpet boarding alone. How to carpet board tray flip. See if we can get a good one for you guys. We're just gonna take that one. All right, so before you guys engage in any skateboarding at your home, make sure you find a place where you're gonna be safe, where your family's gonna be safe, and where your objects are gonna be safe. If your skateboard shoots out and it breaks your PlayStation 4, that's not gonna be good. So make sure that doesn't happen and you're in a good, safe spot. You should probably get permission from your parents before you pick a spot. The other thing I thought of that, okay, let's say your parents are like, no skating in the house, you only have carpet, there's nowhere you can go, you're not allowed to go outside, you're in an apartment building. The last thing I think that you can do is do a balance board. Get a skateboard, take your trucks and wheels off so it's just the deck, right? And then get a 3-liter bottle. We're gonna leave a link in the description below on this, on how to make a balance board, or you can just search on YouTube, how to make a balance board Braille skateboarding. And there's a whole video, I give a whole video on just this. Get a 3-liter bottle, put it underneath the board, and you basically just roll back and forth on it. If you did that for the whole quarantine time, by the time you got out, you would be the manual master. Yes, you. Think about it, the manual master. The first thing first, covering that, find a good place to skate. Next, you have to understand, the thing about skateboarding that you have to understand, we're gonna go into a little bit of a theory on skateboard technique here, is you have to understand this thing called muscle memory. All skateboarding is repetition and practice of muscle memory. I'm gonna explain that. We're gonna break it down right now. Okay, so here's the deal. An ollie consists of several steps. You're gonna have your back foot there, your front foot around there. I have tons of tutorials on the various different tricks. The best one is the complete series that puts them all together. Skateboarding Made Simple. I talked about it earlier. So the ollie is this step combined with this, and add in a little bit of that. Kind of like 3 motions, the pop, the drag up, and the push forward, which levels your board out, and then the land, right? So I guess in all 4, if you include the land, that's 4 steps. So you have to practice over and over and over and over and over those steps. If you're a brand new skater, this step, yes, it's gonna tire your leg. You're gonna wear your shoe out. Just keep on going. You got a hole in your shoe, a hole in your sock, replace your shoe. I was gonna say keep on going, but you don't wanna put a hole in your foot. So keep on going like that. After a while, the muscles in your leg, they start to learn. They start to go, wait, I kind of remember this. Hence, muscle memory. The muscles start to remember what to do until you can do the trick without looking, without thinking. It just happens because you've done it 1,000 times. So the secret with Skateboarding Made Simple and why it's so good, and I'm not just saying this to sell Skateboarding Made Simple, but it is really good, is that you've practiced that muscle memory and your muscles just get to know. They just go, oh yeah, we know how this works. We've done it 1,000 times. So repetition is the key. Do it 1,000 times. Put it all together, do an ollie. The other thing that I'm gonna say is it's important to do the tricks in a specific order, because every time you skate, every day you skate, you should get a little bit better. You have to end your session with an improvement. If you end like you're trying to learn how to kickflip, let's say, and you did a kickflip, you landed primo and then fell, do not end right there. Keep going on your kickflip until you land one, or you get very close, or you've gotten closer than you did before, and then end off, and then take it up again the next day. If you do that, and you give yourself enough time and enough effort and enough energy to get a little bit better, every day you'll be improving. By the end of quarantine, you, yes you, will be the manual master. Maybe not manuals, but you might be the flat ground master. Okay, so Skateboarding Made Simple, tricks in order, finding a place to skate in. I think if you did all of that, you would be very well grounded, but I did do an Instagram post on my personal Instagram at Kyro to see what questions you had, and I'm gonna go on to that, and I'm gonna take up some questions right now. All right, question number 1 comes from Colin Henning 001. He says, so I recently landed my first kickflip, and ever since then, whenever I try to kickflip, kickflip, I get a varial flip. I've actually accidentally landed a lot of varial flips. I really want to fix this problem. Do you have any advice to stop the varial flips? The Braille community, I love you guys. You are the absolute best. NLLon09 answered him, said, focus on popping straight down. You are scooping or popping backwards, which is normal among a lot of people. I had that problem for months, but just keep at it and focus on popping straight down. Good answer, very good answer. Yes, if you can watch your kickflip in slow-mo, I highly recommend you film it in slow-mo. Keep a close eye on your back foot and make sure that your back foot is not doing any kind of motion like that, but popping straight down. The other thing to look for is your head and shoulders, because if your head and shoulders are turning, sometimes that can make your feet do things that you don't want to, which will spin the board. And sometimes even just your head and shoulders turning will spin the board. So make sure, yes, that your foot is popping straight down. Then another person said, Spiros to Zolos, said, put your back foot more in the back pocket. And what he means by that is not up here, but more back here. This is this strange, interesting thing that I've been seeing so much lately. I've been analyzing skateboarding. I guess it's that thing that you do when you're at home all the time. I've been analyzing skateboarding. I notice a lot of the best skateboarders in the world, they don't really pop from here, they pop from here. Weird. I know. I'm gonna look more into this and I'm gonna get back to you guys on that. But I think it's a good piece of advice. The other piece of advice that I wanna give you for any trick, for all skateboarding that any of you guys are doing, try different things. Try it here, try it with your head and shoulders straight. Try all the different situations that you can possibly think of. And you might find one that just magically, beautifully works for you. The amazing thing about skateboarding is there are different ways. There is like a technique to doing certain tricks, but notice a lot of people do tray flips differently. You notice that? Some people pop it more down, some people scoop it more, whatever it is what it is. If the guy can tray flip, he can tray flip. Let's go. That's the beauty of the individuality that comes with skateboarding. I love it. And then this another person says, I learned how to ollie today. Super well done. King Beat 21, super, super, super well done. Keep going. And I hope this video helps a lot more people learn how to ollie today. How do I practice skateboard tricks at home without a skateboard? Good question. You don't have any skateboard? Nothing at all? Any kind of board related material. If you can find any kind of board, even if it's just completely flat, get a 3-liter bottle and do the balance board. Any kind of board. You can probably find some pretty interesting, weird stuff to make a balance board with. If you do, tag me on Instagram because I want to see it. But that's the way you would practice. That's how you'd practice. Either that or let's say you have literally no wood or nothing. Get Skateboarding Made Simple Volume 1 and do the practice steps. Do the actual motions with your foot so your muscle memory gets to build up and you get to know what it is. Let's see what else I got. Hi Aaron, when I attempt a kickflip, I am really, really close, but it seems that I can't catch it. I flick upwards, I jump, everything seems to go great except for it going in front of me and over flipping. Please help, thank you. Spiros Tzalos answered, thank you so much for answering. Also, I really love it when the Braille community comes together. We got some exciting things for you coming, Braille community. It says, pop and flick while jumping straight over the board. Good advice, super good advice. Man, all I can really say about that is the practice step. The practice step where you're gonna step off with your back foot and just keeping the board underneath you. From what you described, it's really hard to tell what's happening exactly, but if I had to give it my best guess from your description, I would say you're probably flicking a little bit too hard with your front foot, which is pushing the board away from you. So you need to give a little bit more finesse. But practice stepping off with your back foot, leaving your front foot on, so that all you need to do from that point is bend your back knee and put your back foot on. Yes, you do catch the board with your back foot, but if you can get the flip down so it's flipping right underneath you, trust me, it's gonna be super easy and you'll be able to land it. Next one. Third. Yes. I started skating 3 weeks ago. I can shove it, but how do I commit to a Pop Shuvit? You know, a lot of people ask questions about commitment. You know, you just have to just decide that you're gonna do it and do it. The best advice I think I can give on this is practice and do the practice steps, as many practice steps as you can, which means, you know, you're popping the board, you can step off with one foot, and then you can try and step off with the other foot. Different tricks are good to step off with one foot versus the other. Anyways, I pretty much go over that that in all of the straight tutorials themselves. But if you do the practice step a bunch of times, get your muscle memory going, you get that down, that should make it mentally a little bit easier to decide for yourself, okay, I'm gonna put my feet on. And now this next piece of advice might be the worst piece of advice that you ever get, but for me, what helps is sometimes it helps to fall. I don't know what else to say. And we also have a whole video tutorial on how to fall. I feel like we've literally made every tutorial video under the sun, moon, and stars except for how to skate during quarantine. This is an original. But sometimes when I'm trying a trick and I fall, I go, thank you, I needed that. Because it's in your head, it's way worse than it's actually going to be. I say that with going back to step number 1 of this video, please find a safe place to skate. You know, you could do your Pop Shuvit for the first time on the carpet, in the grass, on some area that's not gonna be so bad if you fall, and build your confidence up. It's gonna help to build your confidence up. How can I ride for y'all or just work for the team in general? Yeah, you just apply, you know? Send us a good video. We should start taking sponsor me tapes. Send us your tapes, guys. How to make homemade ramps, rails, etc. That is a really good question. I don't even have a piece of wood around here. Really what you would do is find a piece of wood, find something you can put underneath it, set it up, make sure that it's not too big at the front, because if it is, you'll just roll right into it, stop and fall. You have to get creative with that. If I can find some stuff, that's a whole nother video that I'll make. How long should we skate each day? This is a very, very, very good question. Right now, we're making a really cool, super, super cool documentary featuring Andy Anderson, and I was just talking to him about this last night. He was like, a lot of people think they need to skate 8 hours a day to be a good skater, but actually, as he is skating for the Olympics, he literally is skating with a coach. He's learning very specific tricks. He's practicing very specifically, very intense for about 2 hours. So give that a shot, see how it goes. Maybe write a list of tricks that you want to do and do it. At the very, very least, I would say try and go through all of the basic tricks that you know how to do. That is one piece of advice I'll give you just that is amazing. Like let's say you know how to ollie, front 180, and pop shove it. If you did 5 ollies, 5 frontside 180s, and 5 pop shuvits, and then went on to learning backside 180s, and if you did get that, then you do 5 of them, right? You're out of here because you don't like backside 180s, that's not your favorite, right? But if you do 5 of every trick every single day, no matter what, you will improve. Again, going back to that thing, make sure that you end your session on a point where you got better. It is so important. It will literally change everything for you. Skating is so mental. It's like 90% mental, I would say. So the more you're confident up here, the more it's gonna work for you on the skateboard. Skateboard and flat ground is all you need if you really wanna skate. That's true. All you really need is a flat ground area. Can you guys check out my third to last post? I landed my first ollie. This is from Pop Shuvit. We're going third to last post. Oh boy, let's go! So good. He says, landed my first good/okay ollie. I want to thank Braille for guiding me on this trick. This right here, my friends, is why I do what I do. I absolutely love seeing this. I love seeing you guys progress. Skateboarding has literally changed my life, and I hope that it changes yours too. If you guys need a skateboard, we got everything you need at brailleskateboarding.com. As I said earlier, Skateboarding Made Simple is a very, very good resource. It is on sale for the entire quarantine period, which we thought was gonna be this month, but it will be extended when the quarantine gets extended. So there you go. I'm putting it on sale for people to be able to afford it. Very first volume is only $7, so on sale, I'm not sure what it works out to be, but it's less than $7. I hope it helps you. I hope you guys are learning. I hope you're staying physically and mentally engaged and active and having an awesome time. You guys are the absolute best. I love you. Keep skating. And let's go, Braille Army. Check out all those videos right there. Subscribe, like, leave a comment below. And you, yes you, if you haven't picked up on it yet, it's time to learn how to skateboard. Go get a skateboard, brailleskateboarding.com, and go learn. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna change your life.